Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode of Haikyuu. Today I'm on Season 2, Episode 17. And in the last episode, we've been bamboozled. Daichi is dead. After all this time, after all these seasons, I would have never thought that Mikasa was the main character all along. But you know what? Good riddance, I say. That Daichi guy was kind of annoying. He was holding Karasuno back, and I think the show, the anime, and the team will be a lot better off without him. I've got to admit though, it's kind of impressive that Haikyuu took less time to start killing off characters than My Hero Academia did. Alright, fine, I'll stop trolling before people think I'm serious. If you guys thought for even a second that I would believe Daichi died or that anything really seriously bad happened to him, you must think I'm a lot more gullible than I actually am. Last episode obviously hasn't gone up on YouTube yet because I record so many episodes in advance for Patreon. Go check that out. But I can't even imagine what the comments for that video are gonna look like. I've watched Attack on Titan and you're not gonna fool me with that episode 5 BS. Nah, but seriously, I am actually really curious to see what happened to Daichi. I already talked about all the problems that this is gonna cause at the end of the last episode, so I don't really feel like going back into that again. I don't really know how Karasuno is gonna handle this, but this obviously cannot be the end for them. I mean, we're way too early into the tournament to lose now. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they handle the situation. If you would like to watch my reactions to the next episodes right now, they are over on my Patreon. Season 2, episode 18 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes past that, shown over here, are available on the Ascended tier. Those reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every video. You can also go follow me over on my socials, such as my Twitter, my Twitch, and my Instagram. The links, of course, are in the description. I'm in kind of a good mood right now, and I don't imagine that this is going to be a good vibes episode, but I'm ready to get straight into it. Hey, look who it is. Yeah, that's kind of what everybody hopes for. Whoever beats you, you might as well want them to win. Both of them, yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Considering how he said Daichi was boring. That's, hey, he earned their respect. But then that just builds into this. I noticed. You cannot ignore Daichi's impact on the team. He's the ground that keeps them together. I mean, and he's just a solid player overall. It's not that his presence on the field can't be replaced. That's not so much what I'm worried about. I'm worried about his mental fortitude and just the fact that he, in a lot of ways, is the glue and the direction for the team. Them losing him like that, not to mention just the general shock and sadness of seeing something like that happen to a teammate anyways, it's going to be pretty impactful for the team, and that's what I'm worried about. He's like out cold. Damn, that's pretty bad. The battle without willpower. Oh no, what a foreboding title. Yeah, I mean, like, you could seriously injure your neck there. But whenever you take a hit to the chin pretty hard, it can knock you out. Oh, he's not knocked out, okay. He was just kind of... Or maybe temporarily. Ouch. Yeah, he might have a concussion or something. I mean, at least he's okay. You know. Good handling at Takeda. This is the right response for sure. I'd say he got off pretty well, all things considered. Well, maybe not. Yeah, he definitely needs to probably take a break. This isn't the worst case scenario though. Or at least Daichi's like coherent and stuff, and he's not like knocked out completely. It's okay. Daichi, this is your moment. Yeah. Oh my god, he's so cool. He's so clutch. You can't even expect him to act this way in this situation considering head trauma, but here he is anyway. And he's still focused on the match. It's gonna shake them, but this is a great recovery. It's not even his fault though. It's just an accident, you know. That's true. High stakes. Even higher. Yeah, you know he's frustrated, but it only strengthens the resolve of the rest of them because they know what's on the line, and they know that They can tell how Daichi feels about this, especially Asahi. Hopefully everybody can keep their heads in the game and focus on what's important. Knowing these guys, they probably can. Maybe. I mean, we have a lot of players that we don't see very much. Yeah, exactly. This is another second year. Chikara. I don't think we've ever seen him too much. Maybe once or twice. Putting a lot of pressure on him. But that's how you push people to evolve. This is kind of the problem I have with Karasuno. While they do have a great core of starting players, whenever something happens like this, the other players feel maybe unprepared. Like Yamaguchi's another good example of this. Right. It's a lot of pressure that he's not necessarily ready for. Oh, is Chikara and Inoshita? Yeah, it's first and last name, I guess. Or whatever, the other way around. Okay, Inoshita is the name I recognize more. Well, he's been there more than than you think, really. He's always kind of behind the team, playing a support. Very similar role to Daichi. You got this, man. Hell yeah. Dude, this is so good. I just love their mental, like, recovery on this. This is so much better than I even expected. Why am I not, like, I shouldn't be surprised. Nah. He has faith in the team. That's nice. I like the extra focus on him. Yep, he's just another pillar of the team. You don't always see the pillars supporting the foundation, but they're there. 20 to 18, it's close. Oof. Don't mind, don't mind. Exactly, exactly. All you can do is do your absolute best and try and push past it. Right, because he left when Ukai had his old coach Ukai. There you go. Oh yeah, get that spirit, get that energy. Wow, voice cracks and all, huh? I mean, if you can make it through those voice cracks, you can make it through a lot more than that. You got this. Come on. I don't even like know you, but I want you to have your moment already. That's just why this anime is so cool. It's because you're always wanting characters, whether you've seen them for one episode or none or 10, 20, it doesn't matter. You always want them to do their best. And it's like, it's just something that brings it out of you. I don't really know how to describe it. Sure. Oh, is that what they're getting at? Is that Inoshita might take over Daichi after he graduates? Don't worry about that. Really? Why not? Why not? Why can't liberos be captains? The first years? I think if Suki has like a lot of personal growth and evolution, he could be a good captain. Or Yamaguchi if he finds his confidence in his footing. I could see him because he's pretty considerate of other people. Listen, I mean, hell, Asahi and Nishinoya at one point left the team. It happens. You learn. You grow.
次の日から1年が2人減って、その数日後、俺は中学から続けてきた練習を初めてサボった。
That's a vicious cycle, skipping.
罪悪感はあるけど、でも苦しい練習で怒られることもない。
I mean, if your heart's not like fully into it, it doesn't necessarily make you weak. It just makes you decisive. You're just acting on what you want. But I have a feeling he didn't really want this. He has these looming regrets about it. But it just has this discomfort and discontent that just sits with you. Inaction breeds a lot of sadness, depression, regret. Those things stick with you, and they just fester over time. Kind of eats a hole, even if you don't realize it. I think he's feeling it too. He's just thinking about what I could be doing, or what I'm losing by not doing anything. It's this feeling that you just don't have anymore. Oh my god, it's so relatable. It's so relatable. I can't draw out a very specific example, but throughout my entire life, I've been a very competitive person. I've always had some sort of competitive drive, competitive fashion, whether that be growing up and playing a lot of sports. I played baseball, I played soccer, I played tennis, I played basketball. I played basically every sport that was available to me in the very small school that I grew up in. And, you know, even when I went into high school and I stopped wanting to play sports so much because I fell into, you know, like video games and stuff like that, which is also another huge passion of mine. I stream them all the time, self-plug. But, you know, even then, the video games I'm attracted to most are these really competitive rank-based games where I'm always seeking that sort of self-improvement. And there have been phases of my life where I've sort of fallen out of them, where I've not had a game to play or anything to particularly do to satisfy the competitive urges that are within me. And, you know, at one point I thought, I'm getting older, I'm maturing, I don't really have these urges that I used to, I don't have this drive that I used to, but every single time I end up going back to one of these games eventually, and then I just get hooked all over again. The drive and the fire, it's always there, it's always burning. So I completely understand how Inoshita feels whenever it's like, yeah, I'm not really doing anything, and even though, you know, nothing is like bad happening to me, I'm not getting yelled at, I'm not feeling the pain of defeat, I'm not feeling like all the negative parts that come with competing, but you're also missing out on the positives, and you just feel like it's just, you just feel like you're missing out on something and you can't quite put your finger on it. But every single time you go back, you know exactly what it was that you're missing. And you always try to not forget that. Even in the moments of defeat, it's the moments of victory that are what are actually important. It's that satisfaction you get not only from winning, but that satisfaction with yourself, that you're knowing you're doing the most you can, you're constantly improving, you're constantly learning. It's just a good feeling. I think people, and especially really competitive people, what we're addicted to actually is not necessarily being the best. We're addicted to progress, to feeling like we're moving forward. And it's just such an easy to identify way to know that you're moving forward. But you can't feel shame in wanting to come back because you're doing what you want. A very common sentiment among competitive people, especially when you're not at the top. Knowing these guys, they're more than happy you come back. They might give you a little crap for it, but at the end of the day, I think they want it. You see, it's not just him. Everybody feels this way. Whenever you see other people do it, it makes you want to do it too. Yeah, it's just not for everybody. You just gotta want it bad enough. Him saying that everybody boycotted at once reminds me of that tennis story I told a couple episodes back. I don't remember when. I mean, I really respect that he comes back because he knows what he wants, and that's good. Right. And that's why he'd be such a good captain, because he's understanding of other people. It kind of reminds me of what an Attack on Titan quote, like what I think it was what Marco said to Jean in the first season, is that Jean would be a good leader because Jean is weak. He's not the strongest character, so he understands how the weak feel. And that's like a good empathetic way to understand other people. I think there's almost a necessity of being a little bit weak and understanding everybody, because if you don't understand people's weaknesses, then how are you supposed to guide them? I disagree. I disagree. Does that sound like a coward to you? Is anybody on the field think you're a coward right now? Probably not. You're standing up louder than anyone else. Let's see it. Come on. Good stuff, man. And it's so fitting that Asahi will be the one to save the game. Well, partially at least. That's just, it's so funny because that's just not what a coward is. A coward doesn't fight when the push comes to shove. That's what the brave people do. You're not running away anymore, you've grown. Nice. Asahi is doing so well. You love to see it. Oh? Is he gonna go in for the pinch serving again? I'm not quite sure what Shimizu would want to say. Yeah, he is. Come on, Yamaguchi. You gotta do this, man. This would be multiple characters that are like cowards having their moment. Suki's helpful in his own way. That's alright. Yamaguchi's the one that understands Suki the best, so he knows where he's coming from. He knows how rare it is for Suki to say things like that. Yeah, Enoshida's... Yeah. Yeah. Giving Yamaguchi a feeling that he's not alone in that feeling. Okay, please no more internet issues. Taking me out of the episode. Can you stop after you do the toss? That might be perfect. Come on, man. It's going. It's going. Good job, Yamaguchi. It might not be what you wanted, but we want that. It's the result that matters, and it's progress. One more. Come on. You know that toss was bad, but you still got it. So now, fix it up and get it right. That's fine. It could be worse, man. You have to score. Do it. He's playing it safe. Oh, he's playing it safe. I see. He's faltering with his confidence. But that's not the... It's not the worst thing. At least you can play it out. This is just an experience difference thing. Everybody gets like this, but you have to work through it. Come on, Yamaguchi. There you go. Inoshita doing his job, being that foundation for Yamaguchi. Hey, we got it. Hey, you know what? I hope Yamaguchi can take away a good thing from that. This is where your moment is, Inoshita. Talk to him. Talk to him. Help him out. This is why Inoshita is a good leader, because he's going to be the one of anybody to recognize what's going on. Yeah, of course he does. He knows better than anyone. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, I love this show, man.
なんか問題あった？
ジャンプしなくても取りづらい無回転は打てる。でもジャンプしてより高い打点から打つ方がボールの勢いが増すし威力も上がる。
へえ。
I don't know if that's the answer she was looking for.
一概に悪いわけじゃないと思う。
This is more important.
結果今はカラスノの得点になったし。
But he kind of let himself down.
今の正にとって他の連中と同じように戦うための
He needs to...
唯一サーブ。
Yeah. He wants to be reliable, he wants to be useful, but he's scared. And he knows he's scared. He's letting himself down. But that's the whole point. You have your team around you to build you up better. This is why you know better than anyone else. What you need to be scared of is not failure. What you need to be scared of is letting yourself down. That's what's going to stick with you for way longer. Yeah, he got a tooth knocked out. That's pretty intense. They're handling it well, though. I'm happy for him. You're fighting for Daichi too, even if he's not on the field. The court. Whatever, same thing. Man, what a good episode. Giving a lot of focus to our cowardly characters when neither of them are actually cowardly. Yamaguchi maybe a little bit still, but he's just working through it. He's young, he's a first year, and he doesn't have that much experience. You can't expect him to be over the top. And of course, more Ushijima highlight reels. As if he does anything else besides that. Disgusting. Oh. Wow, is it Aoba Josei versus Shiratorizawa right now? That would be really cool if we got focused on a match that's not Karasuno. And I think we know enough about Aoba Josei to watch it. Oh man. Oikawa knows. He knows how it is. He's a good captain for that reason. Sorry, I got so distracted in thinking about the fact that we might just get episodes of Aoba Josei versus Shiratorizawa, and I think that's actually like so nice to have, because for one, it will actually be the first showcase of how good Shiratorizawa is, and second, you know, we are so established with Aoba Josei that we can, you know, pretty much insert them in Karasuno's place as like the team we're rooting for in a way, and we know how strong Aoba Josei is too, so if Aoba Josei is struggling so hard against Shiratorizawa, that just elevates the stakes even more against Shiratorizawa for whenever Karasuno ends up having to play them themselves. That will be so cool. I hope they do that. I hope we get that moment, because first off, Aoba Josei is like my third favorite team, I think, behind Karasuno and Nakoma, so I would like not complain at all. But I love Oikawa, I love his team, and it might be more to see that introspection, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself with hoping this happens, because if it doesn't, then what's the point of talking about it, I guess. Alright guys, well that was another awesome episode of Haikyuu, despite the internet issues and it going out like 4 different times. I still thoroughly enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the Inoshita focus. I think he came in and like, man, like I said this before, I think we only got like maybe 1 or 2 moments with Inoshita throughout the entire series thus far, but like him coming in and filling in the role he needs to, we got to see some of his thoughts, some of his backstory, and like he filled in the roles exactly how he's supposed to. He recognized the weakness within like Yamaguchi and said the right things and did the right things, and he's filling in and he's not being a coward. That's the only thing about him that is like wrong so far, is that he's thinking he's a coward, but he's not. Like his actions don't reflect his mindset, which is, you know, very often very realistic about how we view ourselves and the world around us is through our own lens, but we can't see, we're just overly critical of ourselves, and I think that's what's happening with him. And Yamaguchi, of course, he's kind of in the stage right now that Inoshita was back when he was the first year, where he was running away from things, and Yamaguchi just needs to go through this. He needs to go through that regret, go through that fear, go through that disappointment with himself, and then he'll come back stronger, just like Inoshita did. So I mean, I think it's really cool, and I like also the idea that whenever Daichi does, move on and graduate after, he's done with high school, Inoshita might come in and be a more primary character in being the team's captain, which is really cool. Overall, a really enjoyable episode. We spent a lot less time about the Daichi injury than I guess I expected, which makes sense considering we have a match going on and he's not going to be on the field. Overall, just fantastic. They didn't do anything wrong this episode. Just Haikyuu nails it once again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.